Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, in this video I will presentation about the material Anaphora and Cataphora and disease. Introduce myself, my name is Nikomang Sinta Arana Iswari. I'm from 5B class in Denpasar, English Language Department. Next. Introduction. An anaphora is a rhetorical device influencing the repetition of the word on the phrase of the beginning of the consecutive sentence, parases or the parse. Anaphora served as a literary device to enable right to the convey emphasis and reconfirm meaning. Repeating a word at the beginning of the each paraphrase or a series of the sentence of verses is a highlights effective stylist teaching in speech, text, poetry, and the prose. This is in one of the important phonemes. It is a insurance in the scientific analysis of language use. This is practical because it's about direct relationship language, contracts, and the context in which they are used. It's about the words, things, place, and the people in the all language. It can be seen as a reference is essence. Next, anaphora. An anaphora is a rhetorical device that repeats a word or the phrase in the service pares on pares. Aphorisms are usually written at the beginning of continuous sentence. Anaphora is an effective uh, tool for communicating arguments. An anaphora is the repetition of a sound, word, or the syntactic structure in the consecutive lines or the sentence to average the certain effects. Alternatively, it can be defined as a things or the function relates to something previously mentioned in a discourse collects attention with the alternative. And anaphora is a phenomenon in which a speakers or the anapho repeatedly of reference to and the identity or the attendance or the anaphora or pronouns of nav air uch repeatedly refers to is when a certain word or the phrase on the repeat at the beginning of the phrase or the sentence to follow each others. Next, this is the cataphora. In linguistic, expression before showing meaning is the determinant of the specific by post-cataphorics. Expression are the sometimes called cataphorics. Cataphora is a type of the anaphora, but the term anaphora and the anaphora are the sometimes used in the stricter sentence, referring only to case where the order or the term is derived from that cataphora. Cataphora is use of the pronoun of the author's part of the speech to refer this adjective to the other words in a sentence, objective figuratively. Uh, Cataphora is the opposite of the usual structure called anaphora, but is the moderately common in English. Cataphora is another way of referring to word in the text. It is the important or detailed description of the particular item. Next, thesis. Thesis is a department of language, particularly pragmatic. The first defect comes from the great dictionary with the main accounts of the different appointments. A first price is the state to the district if the difference, modification, or the modification and reflect on the will and the rate to the price state. This is also can be interpret as the price whose reference quickly modification replay of the text. Next, this is the types D6. Number one, person disease. Personal disease is related to the according of the participants is the speech even where the related to utterance are the mates. There are three categories in individual. The first category of the person or the grammatical reference to the speaker himself, and the second category is the according of the speaker of the reference to one or the more address. Personal pronouns are the subject pronouns. I, you, she, this extra. Object pronoun I, you, him, her, and extra. Possessive pronoun me, you, he, she, and that, we, them. Prefix pronoun or the me, you, him, her, use, you, and the reflex pronouns me. Next, social disease. Used to indicate aspects of the social status and the form of the respect. To enforce indifference in additional, the are the Genevieve's system or of the reference dictate of the speech in the tense of the her status and is available in the like number language. Social explanation is the experience of the or the indication of the difference in social characteristic between the speaker and the interlocutors, or the written and the speaker in the topics or the reference mediums or in the conversation. Fillmore in the Levers state that social diversity confers aspect of the sentence that reflect or the state particular realities of the social content in which speech at that place. And or the next, spatial disease. The distinction is often called spatial distinction or the location and the distinction. In other words, the design of the place according to the speaker at the speech event. In other words, the location disease is defined as the location related to the speaker and what is the being discussed. All the language generally have the prominent definition or the reference to object siderates close to the speaker or the medial direction and the distanciation and refers to object that is the considers for away from both sellers. That's they have not only expressed by speakers. Next, temporal disease. We have allergy learners that's promical from no to both different speaker uterus, and where there are force from refers to both part and futures, refers to why they to that in the parts you'll have be there tonight to see you later. And we can see the they then is the relate to the presentation of the speakers. That is interpretation depends of knowledge, knowing the assisted speech duration. It's also a praise to direct expression so as the yesterday, morning, today, and today evening, and next week's, and etc. Next. Discourse disease. Discourse description refers to the understanding, the use of expression in multiples conversation that refers to the part of the discourse. Can within the conversation, including the use of the conversation left or discourse disease, is refers to particular part of a given or a development discourse. Discourse indicate are the preparation by Anaphoras and the Cataphoras. Refers is said to be anaphorics if the reference or the replacement refers to something that's already with mutation. All reference are the decades or the other's head is said to be metaphors is the reference points to something mentioned. Words is the side to is the discourse described in the refers to the particular of the text that's in the interpret to into the correct discourse. Conclusion, Anaphora and Cataphora. Some linguistics use Anaphora as a generic them to force to backwards reference. The dream of words Anaphora is synonym with a Cataphora. Cataphora is the antonym of the Anaphora. Cataphora is the coordinate the term for Anaphora. As nouns, the difference between Anaphora and Cataphora is that Anaphora is the repression of the phrase at the beginning of a phrase sentence and from use the certain words. And Cataphora is a pronoun or the language of breeding a noun a phrase. It is the use of unit in its reference based and the sometimes used from rhetorical effects. Anaphora is a different features of the literature from prose, the prose or the drama and speech. Particle differs dices and the temporal dices prove information about a people, place, and times from the speaker to the listeners in the sentence or the speech. Dices can be found in the written media, such a movie, such a frozen as well, and discreet communication from is a great Walt Disney movie, and many people, especially teenage and the children, are the interested in this movie. That's all about a presentation. For me, I will close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om.